freaking, freaking not Tokyo, but freaking China, or freaking down in Korea, or how many women are freaking abducted and sold into the slave market?
I've not seen any numbers. If you've got some numbers there,
I'll bring it up.
This stuff has been going on forever.
Be careful in the sources, because I can see this is going to be somewhat questionable. Some sources will be somewhat questionable.
I mean, how many people freaking have been sold on the freaking slave market in those regions?
Afghanistan is up there, apparently.
The Middle East is, that's a long historical.
Well, everywhere where there's wars, it definitely goes bad.
Look at Colombia. Look at that.
Yeah, but of course, they're not going to put the USA on here because they haven't admitted it.
Well, I mean, you got to have statistics, man. Come on. I mean, the only reason why slave trafficking is really an issue and being brought up here in the United States is because of politics. They want to try to clump prostitution in with slave trade. Okay.
Also, you've got to remember that these are estimated numbers, because you can't. It would be very difficult, if not impossible, to actually get actual numbers.
Well, that's right, because this stuff is swept
Just
under the rug.
Nature, yeah.
You get Cuba, 5.5.
Well, that's lower than the US. United States is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Up.
Chile, 6 is Egypt. Look at
Are we talking about?
Oh wow! France is above freaking England or the United States.
Okay, we're talking about millions.
No, it's the same.
Sorry,
6.
Okay, we're talking about some arbitrary score. We aren't talking about things like percentage per capita.
Thailand is up to 7.
Worst countries in. Well, you can't trust USA News. That's going to be biased.
I mean, I'm not the one that chose freaking BBC or any of those. You know what I'm saying?
World Population Review. That sounds kind of neutral. United States highest. For what?
Yeah. United States.
Depending on who you look at, you can get wildly different.
Peru.
From what I suspect.
Well, that's 2023, 2025. Child trafficking by country. United States is the highest right now.
Yeah, according to freaking... Yeah, and you just went through that chart that said it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well, that was
again, you can have wild different numbers even on you looking at.
Before Biden got in, USA wasn't even on the list, but now it's the highest.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the thing of it is it's the regimes that take power. When you get a regime like Trump's, they're really fanatical religious factions. So they really want to push this pedophile crap. Like that's why you'll hear so much about it. No, it's constitutionally illegal for freaking Congress to do these kind of things on their own. So what they do is they create this non-governmental organization to do it in their place and give them the same freaking plenary powers that they have.
Yeah, but these NGOs cannot pardon people.
No, they can't. They can freaking regulate the money. They can regulate.
No, just come back to your previous point.
It's Congress's job to do that. It's not freaking the Federal Reserve, but they can get away with it. They can get away with a lot more stuff if they turn around and they set down these non-governmental organizations like the Federal Reserve and the freaking IRS, which is also a non-governmental organization, and have them.
But they have, but there's governmental oversight on these organisations.
Yeah, that's funny. Let's think of another joke. You know what I mean? That we can come up with.
In theory.
Wait, did you guys see this one?
Be careful! Don't play too much of that on YouTube.
Yeah, well, we're not on YouTube. This is on Rumble. It's our our first Rumble premium stream. So go ahead.
Oh wait,
Observe that you have any intentions of
Hold on a minute.
Elon Musk going and the Fed.
How is that relevant?
Well,
what's the
Roger was
relevance
talking
of-
about the Fed.
Yeah, the Fed.
Okay.
Okay, now this is one reason why I'm okay with Doge. I might have my issues about other issues, but I really am okay with the Fed is because they're going after these non-governmental organizations that we were just talking about.
They've saved you $1,000 so far, Roger,
Yep,
per person. That's crazy.
yep. And
$160
Has it saved you $1,000? Have you seen that in your day-to-day living?
Wow. If Roger doesn't want that $1,000, I'll take it.
well, let me put it to you this way. A lot of this stuff is freaking hypothetical because it's not going to be seen until the end of the year. First of all, it's going to be it's going to be through tax returns and things of that nature. If anything, you know what I mean.
Isn't it tax year from April?
Actually, yeah, you're right.
The UK, like the UK. Yeah, it's
Tax
April.
returns is this month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So that
Last month, no.
well, yeah, you're right. It's May now. Shit, I missed my tax returns. Well, you know, the thing is it's like, well, actually, that might not take place until the following year, anyhow, because of all this stuff has basically been new. You know what I mean? It's going to
So
happen.
from April this year to April next year,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
And you have 2 years to file your taxes too. So yeah, I think some people can get away with 3 years. I'm not quite sure. But
I'm not sure about the rules, US rules.
But the whole thing with that now comes to our next one. Now claims are being made that 5 million would lose coverage with national Medicaid work requirements. An analysis from Extelligence Healthcare Payers from Tech Target, which is all medical. They have an article saying that national Medicaid work requirements would significantly reduce enrollment, affecting approximately 5 million beneficiaries, according to a new analysis. And that analysis is from Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. How many expansion adults could lose medical under federal work requirements? And I didn't have a chance to go over what an expansion adult was, but I can go over that here in a little bit. That word seems to pop up over and over again. But it says more than 5 million adults could lose Medicaid coverage in 2026 if Congress enacts a work requirement in states that expand their Medicaid programs. The issue is that researchers analyze policy proposals that would withhold federal fundings for people enrolled in Medicaid expansion ages 19 to 55 who do not report working for at least 80 hours per month. Now, their key findings is that between 4.6 and 5.2 million adults living in states that expanded Medicaid would that expanded Medicaid would lose Medicaid coverage next year under work requirements. More than 9 in 10 adults with Medicaid expansion coverage already work, are looking for a job, attending school, are caring for family members, are in fair or poor health, or reported having a disability. If work requirements are not explicitly limited to the Medicaid expansion population, researchers say more than 30 million adults ages 19 to 55 could be subject to them, and coverage losses would be substantially higher. Now, researchers conclude that most people who would lose coverage under a Medicare work requirement would do so because of difficulty filling out paperwork, not because they can work and choose not to do so. Now that right there is.
It's not only just a work or wanting to or not choosing to work. It's also, I can see it's going to majorly affect this service sector. I mean, think of all those waitresses and waiters that are getting paid very poor. Think of all those burger flippers in McDonald's. That's an example.
Yeah, I mean, well, what is a expansion adult, though? You know, what I got from it now is an expansion adult refers to an individual age 19 or older and under 65 who is eligible for Medicaid expansion under the Affordable Care Act. That would be the Obamacare. This expansion allows states to cover low-income adults with incomes up to 138% of the federal poverty level who are previously ineligible for Medicaid. So that's what an expansion adult is. Now,
what is the U.S. poverty level?
Oh God. To be honest, I couldn't tell you what
What was the question?
What is the poverty level for the United States? Now, for everything has changed so much with the money shifting prices so high. It was like I was talking about.
According to,
and you have 10 million new illegals on the street.
Anybody that is has a annual income of 15,000 or less.
Okay, so yeah,
actually it does. That's a rough thing because Alaska, I can see figures for each individual state.
Yeah, because
it does change, but yeah, an average median.
So they want to change everything else, but leave the poverty level at the same level. So it was like 15,000. I think it was at one time 1,000, maybe, or not 15,000, but
for
10,
a family of four, the poverty level is on a rough federal sort of generalization is 32,150.
Yeah, and I remember like 60,000 was at one time freaking an average wage. So that's most likely changed over time. So
what's the poverty rate?
As a general average for an individual on the federal basis, $15,650 per annum.
The last time it was done was in 2023, which was then 12.9%. Some places say 11%.
Again, on a federal average.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably a bit higher now.
That's the thing. That it's not like they've changed everything else, but they haven't changed the poverty level. You know what I mean?